of personnel giving backing vocals at the back that would have fit in just fine, absolutely perfectly. Yeah, look, man, I like it. Gentlemen, it's a Friday. Good morning. Where's the energy? Where's the energy? Six who's done. Udo, how are we doing? Apart from God being good, what's up? Are you okay?
God is still good.
Okay. All right.
Do you want to say good morning to HR or something? Maybe.
Don't open that floodgate.
Today is only the 19th.
Maybe.
Today is only
Don't
the
open
19th.
some wounds and a can of worms that we cannot.
Well, I've heard of some banks that are giving salary advance.
Oh, really?
Maybe next week will be a good time to
Oh,
see
do the banks do that?
Some banks.
Oh, I see. So, middle of the month.
It'd be like Momo said they give overdraft.
Oh, I see.
I'm not sure this could be financial because the way the collar is raised.
It's like he dressed up in the car.
No, this looks fun.
It could mean something else this morning. Unless he doesn't want to tell us. But it really means something
let's
else.
truncate this roasting. Let's truncate this roasting session. Anyway, this song, Look My Shoe, 17 years old, 18 years. Yes.
I was suggesting 15, but I guess.
You're close,
years.
17, 18 years ago.
Anyway.
A masterpiece, if you ask me. But let's kick off the morning with our tilapia moment or tilapia moments. We've got two to go through, and this has to do with Galamsey, the pulpit versus Galamsey. You know that the Catholic Bishops' Conference have waded into the matter. They did so in the last administration, actually taking to the streets. This time round, they are also lending their voice to the call. In this tilapia moment, you can see the Catholic Bishop Conference there also. Catholic Bishops Conference. What does that actually mean?
It's a conference or an association of the bishops.
Of the bishops, okay. It doesn't mean they go to conference every day.
No, they have annual conferences.
Annual conferences,
yes.
Okay. But because of Galamsey...
I'm just saying that if the conference is confusing, just look at it as an association. Of Catholic bishops in Ghana.
Okay.
So
You can say priests, right?
Catholic
priest. Is it Catholic priest or it's just bishops?
No, it's just bishops.
Is a bishop a priest?
Yes.
Okay, lovely.
No, that's why I was asking if you could say Catholic
that was your
priest,
question. Okay, so the priests have their own association, if you like. Yes, and we have various congregations. You have the Daisan priests, they have the association, you have the...
He's about to turn into a lecture. Listen.
Get your notepad out.
Okay. And then the bishops too
have their own.
Each country in the world has its conference of Catholic bishops.
Okay.
Yes.
Lovely.
I finished. Thank God.
Let's get the moment.
Today wasn't a sermon. We can't go.
Let's get the tilapia moment back up on the screen and let's take a look at it one more time. Okay, so they're asking the President of the Republic to declare, and it says, please do it now. And you see President John Dramani Mahama sweating bullets, and he's opened a book there, center spread. It says, Galamsey state of emergency. He's biting his pen to declare,
what that means?
Or not to declare. What does that mean?
One day a boy is confusing in the exam.
You don't know. It's a close call. Is it
or
A
B?
or B?
By the time I see the notes. But this one sounds like.
Although for fellow Ghanaians, they don't think this exam should be one that the president should fail at all. They think the answer is quite clear, especially because in opposition we heard the president say that, where we have reached some catastrophic heights. If you listen
and
to
leading figures of the party,
they said we've got to declare state of emergency.
Yeah, in the lead up to the election, we had leading figures of the NDC insist that state of emergency.
Did the president also say that whilst he was campaigning?
I recall. I recall, at the very least, these words coming from his mouth saying that where we are is an emergency.
It's an emergency.
He said that. He said where we have reached, it is indeed catastrophic. If you listen to eco CSOs, the likes of Awula Sewa, giving some statistics of 66% of our water bodies being polluted, I really don't know what is more of an emergency than that. Are we waiting to 80%? Fellow Ghanaians, we are eating food laden with lead. mercury.
The food already is not nutritious enough.
I'm telling you.
You're being poisoned. You're being poisoned by it
so you can imagine.
Where we have reached is really no laughing matter at all.
But you see, this is also where, and I want to commend my bishops, this is where we need all the voices of conscience. if you were quiet in the first round, or if you pulled out like Labour did in the first round, now is the time to come back to the table. And I made this comment here the last time that if the president says this would be or should be the last resort, let's ask Mr. President, what are the other options? I have also always been concerned about the innocent people who will be caught in the crossfire if you declared a state of emergency, because the man you'll be shooting at the pit is not the one who is really doing this.
So this,
and then
so
the
this
town,
shoot to kill.
the town people
let me slide tack you a little bit, Sixtus. Is it the case that as soon as a state of emergency is declared, it means that the military swoop into these
Takes
districts,
over.
and then they are going to be start shooting and killing
State of
everybody?
emergency
Is that what that
actually
means?
The state of emergency actually means that the law has been temporarily suspended. You are not in normal times.
Like we
If you
saw for
recall
COVID.
the COVID arrangement, you are not in normal times. So there are
Freedom
roadblocks,
and all of that can
there are
be
restrictions
suppressed
on your
and all that.
movement, where to go, where not to go, where to be at what time. If you are at the wrong place at the wrong time, you are dealt with. Whatever the definition of that dealing with would be, my point has always been that it will end up affecting the Michaels and the Mariners and the Sixtuses more than it would affect the Helens who are the sponsors. So
Right.
could one of the options be fish out the sponsors? If we get an excavator at a Galamsey site, we know or we have the details of that machine, who brought it in,
What we call kingpin.
who owns it. Yes, let's trace it all the way to the app, the top there, and catch that person.
What is making it so difficult for us to
I really
chase
don't get it,
and
because
pinpoint?
as far as we are all aware, we have the records of all the people who are importing these machines. We have them. We have it, and the machines are being tracked. So if you say you are importing it for construction purposes, and we find it at or on a river body or in a forest that you are not supposed to be, you have questions to answer. There's also the option of even what they call the security zone, declaring or demarcating
Right.
security zones. All of those things are options. So, if Mr. President says we have not exhausted, or there are other tricks we have not tried yet, civil society, national, is it Ghana Coalition Against Galamsey,
Yeah.
Media Coalition Against Galamsey, religious bodies, moral voices of conscience, whatever,
Voices
however
that
we
didn't
be-
speak before, but now they want
but
to
now
speak.
they want to speak. All of you come together. Let's sit down with Mr. President and ask the Hanabisu outfits. What's the name again? The president doesn't have to be directly involved in that meeting. There are so many units, organizations, or agencies involved in Galamsey.
The
We have the
NIMOS
NIMOS
talking about.
in there.
Yes. So you see, it's we need to quickly act. Otherwise, in a year, 2 years to come, we'll still be at the same place.
We'll be in
Picking
the
up-
worst place.
Yes, picking
In a
up
wet
machines
place.
that are returning to owners.
For me, I mean, the conversation about excavators is one that I cannot quite wrap my head around. We continue to say our country is a small one.
Minerals Development Fund. That's what we were trying to find.
Minerals
Yes.
Minerals Development Fund.
Yeah.
We continue to say our country is a small one, and we're importing 1,200 excavators.
The most in West Africa.
I mean, so what during that media encounter when the president was explaining away what it is that we're tracking excavators, one question I wanted asked was the construction happening in the country vis-a-vis the numbers in terms of excavators that continue to come in. Is there a correlation? Like, can we say that we are in such deep, because Big Push got launched in the course of this week. That's when he said the entire country is going to be a construction zone and
zone,
apologized
yeah.
for it. But before Big Push was launched, are we saying that the numbers in terms of heavy duty machines were seen coming, particularly excavators, because there are other
Don't
types of
forget there were two 2 years of roads.
No,
So
I mean,
maybe
Years of roads, part
and
1
people-
and 2.
yet people were complaining their roads were not being fixed, and so that's on the other side. And if you've traveled, a lot of people are everybody is complaining about roads. There's demonstration here today. Tomorrow, somebody's asking for. So there is no correlation in terms of the numbers that are coming in. So I'm even asking.
On the ground.
So I'm even asking, why are we not looking at just the sheer volumes and saying that, look, Ghana doesn't need 1,200 plus excavators coming in every year. I mean, what are we doing?
Should we have a quota? Say, okay,
You understand?
let's have some kind of quota.
So then we know that.
Is that possible?
But I'm talking in terms of policy in dealing with this illegal mining menace. The president says the big mining firms as well also need excavators. How much do they need a year? I mean, they've worked for a long time. We should be able to understand, they bring in 2 or 3 or 50 excavators every year.
And in a year, they will use that amount. Some might break down, so they bring this in. So some kind of structure.
I'm not sure they are buying excavators every year because, well, I don't know.
Otherwise, that would be very costly.
Exactly. So I don't want to prejudge as well that they might not be buying every year, but they will buy. And then construction firms, right? Queiroz, Galvao, you call them what's the Brazilian firm who are involved in a lot of these huge interchanges and the likes. Then we begin to narrow in, because we can say, we are tracking the machines. We are doing.
If you pick a machine at a Galamsey site, you can easily track who owns the machine.
That's fair. My question is, why are we even allowing them to come in the first place?
We know how porous our checkpoints are, even though there are so many of them. So if
the reason is that
these
huge machines are coming from the port. That's how come
I know.
they are
I'm saying
packed 1,200 or so there. Because these machines, this is something you can hide in your bag.
No.
Yes, that's right.
But granted that there are too many human interferences, and so the machines somehow slip through our many cracks, our 5 Ghana, 10 Ghana cracks.
So you are saying that once we find out it belongs to you, and we tell you bring another 1,000.
No, which I also agree with, actually, that the problem is fishing out the big guns, persons who are sponsoring, because there are reports that immediately power switch stands, new person said, hey, you're buying our to it. My government is in power. You've dug enough. It is my turn to dig, and all of that. There has to be a conscious effort to fish out these individuals. Make an example out of 2 or 3.
And I think that will that will solve your issue of how many are coming. Because if I catch you and you are behind bars, how many can you bring again? That will be the last time you bring 1,000.
And indeed, if we catch one man, that one man can lead us to 10 other men.
Because he won't go down alone.
He won't go down alone. And in that chain, he knows who he has dealt with. Do you get it? So just catch the man at the top, and he brings with himself 10 other men.
But there's another.
Make a very good show. Let us roast them in the media. We just roast them small.
Shame on you. We bring your picture, then we put the polluted water there. We bring your picture, we put a deformed baby next to it. We bring your picture, we give you stats of the kidney diseases. We bring your picture, and then we show you how many people were detained because of you, because they were protesting against Galamsey. We make a big board for shame, eco-terrorists, shame.
There is another aspect of the conversation about Galamsey that I genuinely think that when we are in Accra, we sometimes don't get the full picture. And I say this because I was in Akwetia, was it 2 weeks ago, for that by-election.
That's right.
Look, this is an acceptable way of life in these communities.
Deep in the psyche, there's nothing wrong with what they are doing.
Absolutely. Look.
No, Helen, I disagree. A lot of them know there's something wrong.
They're not comfortable with it.
This picture of helplessness, that we have no other option.
I'm trying to make a point that when I was there, I think when we were leaving, you see trucks with Kufor gallon, the yellow ones, the oil, the huge gallons for oil, park at fuel stations. Everybody knows they are buying fuel to go and power an excavator.
I see.
At a mining site. Everybody knows. And they come every morning. They come and buy. You see it.
And there's a DCE there.
Absolutely.
There's a police commander.
You see it. That's why I said that as we have the conversation, we raise the issues in the communities. People
It's
don't
not like
see.
that.
People don't.
Or is it
In
that
fact,
let me
someone will say that
harden my heart and go and do what I want to do.
Sika womo, masa, my advice will say uni ska bra baby.
Sika wumpa baby.
That's the word.
To hell with
In
the
fact-
consequences.
So you see, back to the point again. You see how easy it is to track these people. You have seen the people at the fuel station.
Yes.
Just follow the track. Just follow the track. You end up there. You see where the person is eventually ending up, which machine he's fueling up.
Fueling and all of that.
Now, just check the records. Does the person exist or that concession exists? That would mean, is the person legally supposed to be there? Even if the person is legally assigned the concession and the person's practices and activities on the site
is
are breach
environmentally
of the laws, then that becomes another matter. Because the argument has also been, the other leg, that there are people who are holding concessions legally and they are doing things outside of the bounds of the permits of the laws that permit them to be there.
That's
then
right.
again, that becomes an illegal activity.
That's right.
So it's very easy for us to track these things.
Would you begrudge any citizen that says, well, the reason why we're not able to track down these kingpins or we don't want to is because of a lack of political will and political connection?
And then the
Because-
citizens should deal with it. Like he said, there's an assemblyman in the area. If the DC is not acting, the police commander is not acting. The assemblyman who is at the lowest level of our governance structure can deal with it. Mobilize your community. The assemblyman can mobilize you. You have unit committee members. Mobilize them. Mobilize the community and deal with it. Because the truth of the matter is that everybody in the Galamsey areas know where the Galamsey is happening. It's not. This is not. We don't need national security to move from Accra to a mining site to go and tell us that this is happening. No, in the communities, the people themselves know. So we can blame the top all we want, but let us also look at the local level. What is happening there?
Right.
And like he said, there are those who are even advising you get involved.
Oh, I've actually heard that sitting here in Accra that, hey, Charlie, I'm from the eastern region. I'm from a town called Isium. My mother is into farming. And the kind of pressure she does palm nuts. Oh, this your farmland looking very good. You just turn your eye one moment, somebody is trying to encroach on the land to go and dig it out. It is, you have to fight. You really have to fight to keep your land, to keep it for farming. Yes, your own land. You turn your back for 1 second and somebody wants to encroach on it because Sika Wompa. Hey, why are you?
We did some work at the Suhum area, and Enum Papa Enum, where the farmers themselves were willingly giving out their cocoa farms. And those stories are so many in our system here at the newsroom.
It's actually terrible. I'll be
So,
very honest
I
with you.
mean, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think there's any difficulty in finding out who is doing Galamsey. I don't think so. And the so-called kingpins, I don't think we have any difficulty in fishing them out.
But we are not able
What
to
is
do
the
so.
problem?
Why
is
are
the
we not
problem?
doing so?
What is the
Now,
problem?
you hear also.
You see, I think why we've not been able to do so is one of the whys we've not been able to deal with corruption in this country. Look at it closely and you find
It is
they are
financing the political
so
activity.
tied together. Because, I mean, every now and then we know who is engaged in some act that is raping the coffers of the state, right? It's the same thing with Galamsey. We've not been able to deal with corruption, and every year, every time. In fact, that's why one of the biggest things upon which the NDC rode on to victory was oral. because the Ghanaian people said, we want you to jail the looters. And now there's a concern that the General Secretary of the NDC came out and said persons were trying to cut deals.
Persons within the party.
Yeah, we're trying to cut deals. Mirror it to what's happening in the Galamsey sphere, and you realize that it's the same thing. When you're identifying the individuals who are supposed to be kingpins, you're realizing that, okay, these are persons associated with the party or good friends on the other side. You can't proceed with this one. You can't do this, and so they are left off the hook, and they are continuing in the act. And so, look at our fight against corruption and the many challenges we've had, and look at what Galamsey is becoming, and why every now and then we're sitting here and we're saying, why can't we find a kingpin? We've been asking ourselves, why can't we deal with corruption? Why aren't we jailing our corrupt officials? Just look at it.
Do you agree with this idea by eco-CSOs that we are becoming cartel? We can quickly degenerate into some of these cartel-like.
They are wielding their weapons already.
Cartel-like countries. You see, go to Latin America, go to the Colombias, where we have illicit, large-scale, just illegality, and really the persons involved in the illegality, they take over. They become persons to fear. Is that where we're getting to? Have we gotten there already?
We're on the way. That's what I would say, because now we're hearing that it will cost you $200 million in excess to become president
for a country like Ghana in West Africa.
So you'll be looking for the funding.
There's hope.
There's hope. The Galamsey tax force is carrying away fetish priests. So if you see, and tilapia has captured that.
Don't let me say something I don't want to say. Let's take a look at our second tilapia moment of the morning.
You don't believe?
Let's take a look. Okay, Galamsey task force scares fetish priest. It's a story that you can also find on 3news.com.
He was supposed to have been protecting the guys.
Yes.
I think I hear he shows them where the gold is. So maybe his voodoo is only for finding gold.
Right.
If he can be showing where the gold is, then we should be having him show us well, so that the people will not be digging everywhere. I'll be doing a Matra Makwe.
Maybe
when they get the concession, they will not be doing Matra Makwe.
Maybe this is not Matra Makwe. But the funny thing is that
that's just by the way.
His voodoo is for finding gold, but it's not for predicting when police officers are coming.
Gentlemen, can we take a quick look at what the front pages have to say, and then we make way for our resident biter? Sixus Donulo, what do you have?
Ghana's favorite newspaper. Asantehemaa goes home. Mahama, big shots, mourn with Otum 4. Braids 2 Ghanaians arrested at KIA with 38 kg suspected cannabis. Tokunusu's government over removal as SC judge. And 15th Asantehemaa selection starts. That story is on page 3. Those of us who are fascinated by custom and all the practices, we would want to follow this one, Kili. I am interested. I want to follow that, see how the Queen Mother is selected. And the back page of the Daily Guide newspaper has pictures from the final funeral rites that happened yesterday.
All right, Michael, take us through the Ghanaian Times quickly, please, as well.
483,800 students gain automatic placement with SHS's according to Dr. Park, Deputy Minister of Education. BOG has enough reserves to support imports. That's according to the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama. Asantehemaa goes to the village. That's the Ghanaian Times. Press Mahama Greenhouse Company Limited donate relief items to Boli, Saula, Tuna, Kaba districts.
Certainly.
Daily Graphic, very rich in terms of our history, development of the media in the country. They as well lead with royal burial. Asantehemaa Nana Konadu Iyadom III interred at Bremen Mausoleum. MIF award scholarship to 45 students of UMAT. 483,800 students placed in SHS's self-placement portal activated. Ghana has only 139 public libraries. Authority cries for more, and Parliamentary Committee seeks dedicated sanitation fund. It's for reliable payments to service providers. On the back page, borehole project commences at should this be Avenue or Avenue? It says Avenue cluster of schools. Na Amokoshika. It should be Avenue, Anna. Because I don't know Avenue. In
Independence Avenue cluster of schools.
Independent Avenue cluster of schools. Okay.
All right.
So Boa Woman Small Scale Mining Cooperative launched in BBNE to tackle Galamsey, and so those are the stories.
Thank you so much for that, man. Thank you, gentlemen, for another exciting morning. Let's get ready now for Johnny's Bites.
Are you ready?
Something big is happening in Accra. It's